From JBS Studios in Greater New York, this is the JBS News Update with Teisha Bader.
I'm Teisha Bader with the JBS News Update for Tuesday, August the 27th, 2024. We open with some welcome good news from Israel today. The rescue of an Israeli hostage, 52-year-old Qaid Farhan al-Qadi, was rescued by IDF Special Forces from a tunnel in southern Gaza today after 326 days in Hamas captivity. He is the first hostage to be rescued alive from a Hamas tunnel. IDF spokesperson Rear Admiral Daniel Hagari said this was a brave and complex operation based on accurate intelligence. Al-Qadi is from the Bedouin Israeli community of Rahat in the Negev in southern Israel, a father of 11 children, who was kidnapped on October the 7th from Kibbutz Magen, where he worked as a security guard. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu spoke over the phone with al-Qadi, saying the entire people of Israel was moved by his rescue and that we are working relentlessly to return all of our hostages. We are doing this in two main ways, Netanyahu said: negotiations and rescue operations. We will continue to act until we return all of them home. Al-Qadi was said to be in stable medical condition and was undergoing further medical examinations at the hospital, where he was reunited with his family. White House National Security Communications Advisor John Kirby was asked about the status of negotiations between Israel and terror group Hamas in a press briefing yesterday, where he said the working groups were meeting in Cairo yesterday. He said, "We expect that these working group discussions will at least take place over the next few days." And when asked if there was any impact on the talks from the rocket and drone attacks from terror group Hezbollah from Lebanon and Israel's action to thwart it, he said, "No, our team on the ground continues to describe the talks as constructive." Kirby saying, so despite the rocket and drone attack by Hezbollah over the course of the weekend, which Israel did a terrific job defending against, he said, it has not affected the actual work on the ground by the teams trying to get the ceasefire deal in place, saying we want to get the ceasefire deal as soon as possible. Talks will reportedly continue in Doha tomorrow, Wednesday. More red alert sirens sounded in northern Israel today, warning of possible drone infiltrations from Hezbollah, as well as rocket alerts. A number of incidents to report to you about in the West Bank. On Sunday, an Israeli soldier was lightly hurt in a car ramming near Ariel, carried out by two terrorists who were shot and killed by Israeli troops. The injured soldier taken to the hospital. Later on Sunday, an explosive detonated on a civilian bus south of Bethlehem, causing damage but no injury. And also on Sunday, a Palestinian opened fire from the Jenin area toward an IDF post. He was shot dead by troops. The IDF is also investigating clashes that broke out between Israelis and Palestinians in the West Bank last night, where a Palestinian man was killed. Times of Israel cited the IDF, saying the incident began after Palestinians threw stones at passing Israeli vehicles, and a group of Israelis from a nearby community confronted them. Israeli troops arrived at the scene. It was unclear if the Palestinian who was killed was hit by IDF fire or Israeli civilian fire. Brandeis University released a new study on anti-Semitism on college campuses here in the U.S. It found that while the majority of non-Jewish students, 66%, did not harbor hostility to Jews or Israel, 1/3 did, finding that 15% of non-Jewish students were extremely hostile toward Israel, but did not express explicitly negative views about Jews, and that 16% endorsed at least one explicitly anti-Jewish belief, but did not express intense criticism of Israel, and that 2% of non-Jewish students were extremely hostile to Jews and Israel. CEO of the Anti-Defamation League, Jonathan Greenblatt, citing the study, said 1 in 3 non-Jewish college students harbor ideas hostile to Jews, either because of anti-Israel sentiments or outright anti-Jewish prejudice. He said that's what Jewish students and faculty must contend with as they return to campus. Greenblatt said this unprecedented time for institutions of higher education across the U.S. demands a unified response to ensure the safety and full inclusion of Jewish students, as well as all students, faculty, and staff. Taking a look now at our programming for tonight on JBS for Tuesday, August the 27th at 7 o'clock. Human rights activist, author, podcast host, and founder of the AHA Foundation, Ayaan Hirsi Ali, delivers remarks on the special case of Islamist antisemitism with ISGAP's Charles Asher Small. At 8, Justin Pine speaks with Rabbi Zev Reichman about the influence of Rabbi Abraham Isaac Kook. At 9, it's Brad Hirshfield on L'chaim. At 10, the ILTV's Insider, which is also coming up next. At 10:30, an encore of the news. And that's the JBS News Update for Tuesday, August the 27th, 2024. I'm Teisha Bader. Am Yisrael Chai.